you knew it, even back then, that someday you'd own a Cadillac.
The Cadillac DeVille was one of the longest-running car marques in the history of General Motors. It was a luxury car purchased by the upper class and was used as the vehicle of choice for authority figures and movie stars. This is the story of the Cadillac DeVille series, 1959 through 1970. The first year the Cadillac DeVille hit the sales floor was in 1949, taken from the French word de ville, which means of the town in French. In this video, we'll take you for a quick ride through 3 generations of the Cadillac DeVille, 1959 through 1970.
Cadillac's newest marvel of styling and engineering is now at your Cadillac dealer.
The first generation of the Cadillac DeVille was introduced in 1959. The 1959 Cadillac is remembered for its huge, sharp tail fins with dual bullet taillights, new jewel-like grille patterns, and matching deck lid beauty panels. Engine output was an even 325 horsepower from a 390 cubic inch engine. Standard equipment included power brakes with 15-inch wheels, power steering, automatic transmission, backup lamps, 2 speed wipers, wheel discs, outside rearview mirror, vanity mirror, power windows, and 2-way power seats. Over 53,000 DeVilles were sold in their first year as a separate series, accounting for roughly 37% of all Cadillacs sold.
Thus, the 1960 Cadillac truly does represent an exciting new era of outstanding performance. Performance that is a fitting climax to the other great virtues of this great motor car.
The 1960 Cadillac DeVille had smoother, more restrained styling. General changes included a full-width grille, the elimination of pointed front bumper guards, and front fender-mounted directional indicator lamps. Cadillac DeVilles were distinguished by special script nameplates on the rear fenders. 4-window and 6-window hardtop sedans were offered once again. For the second generation, the Cadillac DeVille was restyled and re-engineered for 1961. The new grille slanted back towards both the bumpers and the hood lip, along with the horizontal plane, and sat between dual headlamps. Standard equipment included power brakes, power steering, automatic transmission, dual backup lights, windshield washer, dual speed wipers, power windows, and 2-way power seats. 4-barrel induction systems were now the sole power choice, and dual exhausts were no longer available. A new short-decked 4-door town sedan hardtop appeared mid-season.
Afraid you'll fall in love?
Something like that.
Well, I can see you have good taste. This is the one. 1962 Coupe de Ville.
A mild facelift characterized Cadillac styling trends for 1962. A flatter grille with a thicker horizontal center bar and more massive front bumper end pieces appeared and housed regular parking lamps. At the rear, tail lamps were now housed vertically with an angled peak at the center.
Cadillac DeVille, best car ever made. V8, 390 CID, clean and crisp like a fresh dollar bill.
I'm just idling around.
And I'm just talking.
Cadillac refined the ride and quietness with more insulation in the floor and behind the firewall. DeVille sales as a separate series exceeded their sales level as a trim level for the first time ever, at 71,883 units, or nearly 45% of Cadillac's total sales. Cadillac was restyled again for 1963. Exterior changes imparted a bolder and longer look. Hoods and deck lids were redesigned. Body side sculpturing was entirely eliminated. The slightly V-shaped radiator grille was taller and now incorporated outer extensions that swept below the flush fender dual headlamps. A total of 143 options, including bucket seats with wool, leather, or nylon upholstery fabrics, and wood veneer facings on dash, doors, and setbacks, set an all-time record for interior appointment choices. The engine displacement and output remained the same. For 1964, a minor facelift followed. New up front was a biangular grille that formed a V-shape along both its vertical and horizontal planes. The main horizontal grille bar was now carried around both sides. Equipment features were the same as in 1963 for the most part. Comfort control, a completely automatic heating and air conditioning system controlled by a dial thermostat on the instrument panel, was introduced as an industry first. The engine was bumped to 425 cubic inch with a 340 horsepower available. This was also the first year for the DeVille convertible. Cadillac DeVille sales reached 110,379 units, accounting for nearly 2/3 of all Cadillacs sold.
Power for hills, power for quick pickups, power for passing. The Power Pack 65s.
The 1965 Cadillac DeVille brought in the third generation. The DeVille was redesigned for 1965 but rode on the same 129.5-inch wheelbase. Also new were a straight rear bumper and vertical lamp clusters. The headlight pairs switched from horizontal to vertical, thus permitting a wider grille. Curved frameless side windows appeared and convertibles acquired tempered glass backlights. New standard features included lamps for luggage, glove and rear passenger compartments, and front and rear safety belts. Power was still supplied by the 340 horsepower, 429 cubic inch. In 1966, changes for the Cadillac DeVille included a somewhat coarser mesh for the radiator grille insert, which was now divided by a thick, bright metal horizontal center bar housing rectangular parking lamps at the outer ends. Cadillac firsts this season included variable ratio steering and optional front seats with carbon cloth heating pads built into the cushions and seatbacks. Comfort and convenience innovations were headrests, reclining seats, and AM/FM stereo systems. Automatic level control was also available for the 1966 Cadillac DeVille. The 1967 DeVilles were extensively restyled. Prominent styling features gave a more powerful frontal appearance with a forward-leaning front end, long sculptured body lines, and refined rear fenders that had more than just a hint of tail fins in them. New standard DeVille features included non-glare rear-view mirrors, electric clock, automatic climate controls, padded dashboard, outboard seatbelt retractors, and rear cigarette lighters in all styles. A GM-designed energy-absorbing steering column and safety wheel became standard for all models. For the 1968 Cadillac DeVille, the grilles had an insert with finer mesh and step-down outer section, which held the rectangular parking lights just a little higher than before. Rear end styling was modestly altered, with the deck lid having more of a rake. The most obvious change was an 8.5-inch longer hood designed to accommodate recessed windshield wiper washers, which now came with 3-speed standard. In 1969, DeVille was restyled in the Eldorado image. An Eldorado-like front fender treatment evolved and helped to emphasize a stronger horizontal design line. Rear quarters were extended to give the car a longer look. The hood was again extended to a total of 2.5 inches to add the impression of extra length. The roofline was square and the rear deck and bumper more sculptured. For the last year of the third generation, the 1970 Cadillac DeVille was given a facelift, including a grille with 13 vertical blades set against a crossed hatch rectangular opening. The bright metal headlamp surrounds were bordered with body color to give it a more refined look. Narrow vertical V taillights were seen again, but now had additional smaller V-shaped bottom lenses pointing downward below the bumper. Wheel discs and winged crest fender tip emblems were new. The 1970 model year was the last year that DeVille offered a convertible body style. A total of 181,719 DeVilles were sold for that model year, accounting for 76% of all Cadillacs. Hey, well, that wraps up the Cadillac DeVille generations 1 through 3, 1959 through 1970. Hey, stay tuned as we continue future generations. Visit our comment section. We want to know what your favorite Cadillac DeVille year is. Mine was 77, 78, 79. So, as always, we thank you all for watching and subscribing to our channel. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button now. It's absolutely free, and click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks for watching the Boker Brothers YouTube channel.